One idea. It breaks everything we believe. Imagine sitting in class, thinking hard about math problems only to find your brain works differently from everyone else's. This realization opens a door to understanding intelligence beyond just memorizing facts or solving puzzles quickly. By the end, you'll see how our everyday thoughts and actions are shaped by hidden truths waiting to be uncovered. Imagine this: you're sitting at your desk in school. The teacher is explaining how to solve a tricky math problem. Everyone else seems to get it right away, but you feel lost and confused. It's as if the way everyone else sees things just doesn't click for you. But why did this happen? Nobody knew. And then something impossible happened. You discovered that intelligence isn't about being quick or having all the answers. It's actually a complex web of thinking patterns and strategies. You found out there was one mental model nobody had ever taught, something so simple yet profound. It shattered everything you thought you understood about how people make decisions and solve problems. And then something impossible happened. You realized that smart isn't just about knowing facts, it's also about understanding when to use those facts in the right way. The answer comes in a moment, and it is not what you expect. Before we move forward, growth begins the moment we choose to think differently. Welcome to Cognitive Ladder. And then one small detail changed everything. You know how we always talk about IQ tests and smart people? Well, that's just part of the story. And then someone realized there was a whole other side to intelligence. Here is what they never told you. Intelligence isn't just about numbers on paper or solving puzzles quickly. It's much more complex than that. A researcher figured out something shocking: intelligence can actually change over time and with different experiences. And then one small detail changed everything. This person discovered that emotional intelligence, the ability to understand your own emotions and those of others, is a crucial part of overall smartness. They found it mattered just as much, if not more, as traditional IQ tests did in predicting success in life. Here is what they never told you. The key was realizing how our brains adapt based on new information and experiences. Our intelligence isn't fixed. We can develop better problem-solving skills, empathy, and critical thinking by simply living through different situations. And then one small detail changed everything. This realization shook the researcher to their core, because it meant that being smart wasn't just about innate talent or birthright, it was a journey of continuous growth and learning. It made them question all they had believed before. Here is and then one small detail changed everything. You see, I thought intelligence was just about being smart and learning stuff fast. And then something impossible happened. A friend of mine explained the real secret to success. Hold that thought. What follows rewrites everything. Intelligence isn't just about memorizing facts or solving puzzles quickly, it's much more than that. And then something impossible happened. I realized everyone has different strengths and weaknesses. Just because someone is great at math doesn't mean they can't be amazing artists or empathetic leaders. And then another small detail hit me hard. Intelligence isn't just about knowing things, it's also about understanding emotions, making good choices, and working well with others. And then something impossible happened. I understood that my friend who seemed hold that thought. What follows rewrites everything. Intelligence is not just an academic achievement or a test score, it's about how you handle life's challenges and opportunities. It's the ability to adapt, empathize, and communicate effectively, skills we all need. And then the real truth behind all of this? Nobody had seen it coming. It dawned on Alex during a quiet evening. He stared at the ceiling, his mind racing through years of study and experience in psychology. The epiphany was simple but profound. It changed everything. Alex realized that intelligence wasn't just about cognitive skills or academic performance, it encompassed emotional regulation. Subscribe now, the next part drops very soon. 2. He discovered that people with high EQ, the ability to manage emotions and relationships, often outperformed those with solely high IQ scores in real-life situations. This realization hit Alex. Remember what we said at the very beginning. Now you know why it matters. And then one small detail changed everything. Imagine you're walking down a street and suddenly realize the world is much bigger than what your eyes see. It's simple yet profound. One person discovered something strange about intelligence, the mental model nobody taught them. This revelation shook their understanding to its core. They thought they knew it all, but then one tiny piece of information flipped everything upside down. Stop. What comes next changes everything. Suddenly, the way people talk about IQ and brainpower seemed shallow and incomplete. It wasn't just a number or how fast someone could solve puzzles. There was so much more to intelligence than that. Keep in mind. This idea shifts your perspective on what makes one person smarter than another. Maybe it's not about being better at math, but understanding complex situations faster. Or maybe it's the ability to see connections where others can't. Stop. What comes next changes everything. It's keep that in mind. This new understanding makes intelligence seem more about adaptability than just raw knowledge or speed. People who can navigate life's complexities better often find themselves smarter because they one small change in thinking. That is all it takes. Start today. And that mystery leads us into Part 12. Part 12 drops soon and it changes everything we covered today. The next episode goes even deeper. Subscribe so you don't miss it.